Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. If you have not paid attention, or if you've been out of the loop, or if you just don't go to the forums, there was kind of an event the other night. There was a live question and answer session. It took place for about an hour, but the developers were answering questions, I want to say late into the evening, in addition to, I think they still might be answering questions. I'm not 100% sure if it's still live, but I know the event itself has closed. Now, there were rules and requirements that you had to meet, and, you know, that you couldn't promote, like, drug use and, you know, illegal activity and all that other stuff. And you had to keep it, you know, polite and civil. I mean, these are people, too, whether you like them or not, whether you agree with them or not. You know, their feelings matter. And it was really interesting, this whole thing. I didn't have any idea this was going on until well after it had finished. But what was cool is the senior producer for, you know, the whole shebang, the live producer and the player lifecycle producer all showed up, or all there to answer questions. And it was really kind of cool. And so what I want to do is go through some of the questions that were asked and kind of really highlight some of the answers that were given. Now, I do want to highlight some of the better questions that were asked, and your question was one of them that I talk about. You know, please leave a comment in the section below. Like, subscribe, share, as always. But what's really interesting is this is something that they've tried to do for a while. I mean, this is something that especially the community has been asking for. It's curious that they did it on St. Patrick's Day, because let's face it, a lot of the community was out drinking and carousing and having a good time.
Hey, who wants to play Drink the Beer?
Right here.
You win.
All right, what do I win?
Another beer.
So here we go. I'm going to just go through and read them. I won't focus on a ton of the answers. I'll just give the highlights of the answers. This video is obviously going to be very edited. I'm just going to read the question, read the answer, give my take on it, and then cut to the next one, right? Very Ask a Ninja style, right? If you guys remember that show, loved it. First question is territory war on the verge of going away? Short answer, no, it's not. It just came. It's not going away. If you don't like it, tough. Second question, are 7 dot mods and level cap increase coming? Short answer is eventually. Will we start getting a new beta testing process in place? Short answer is they're always looking for ways to improve. Next question, can we please get a constant flow of professional communication? There are various times when we can't get an answer to important community questions and issues for months. Everyone wants this. We just want open communication. It was cool to hear the response. Now, this is what he said, and I will read the whole thing. Improving the cadence and quality of our communication is a strong desire of the team. What you're seeing tonight is an effort in that direction. In the coming weeks, I will publish an update plan for how we plan to keep communication flowing. This is an attempt to do that. I would love to see this happening once a quarter, once every month, you know, something simple, just a quick Q&A, you know, hey, we're doing this. And if there's a problem, reaching out and saying, hey, this is the issue, it's happening, this is what we're doing about it, right? Even if they can't be specific, just being aware, just letting the community know that there's an issue. That would be phenomenal. They have confirmed with us that they're going to try and communicate more often, and I really just hope that's the case, because I think that opens the lines a lot better. I mean, I think that definitely gives us more trust in them. It's like, hey, they're aware of it. We may not always agree with their decisions, but solid, we can get an answer, right? Now, next question is, what is the point of boosting galactic hero potency by 30% when the raid boss stacks 50% each turn? Does this make the bonus a total waste? Why not just make all bosses immune to turn meter reduction like Scion? That would open up raid strategies for many more squads as well.
Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut!
Now, this is a really interesting answer. It says, as we recently detailed in one of my posts, raids are time capsules. As the game changes, teams and squads that once were relevant at the beginning may drop out in favor of squads that have recently become relevant. The galactic hero tag may not seem relevant now, but may become relevant later. regarding why not make all the raid bosses immune to turn meter reduction. The simple answer is that we intended some to be immune to turn meter reduction and others not. Again, as the game changes, some strategies that couldn't be executed may become available later. What does that mean? My mind, new characters. When we get OG Baby Han, right? When he comes out, because that's probably going to happen sometime in the next couple of months. When we get a new Lando, when we get a Grievous rework, I don't know. What does that mean? New characters that come to this game will make old events, even though the STR right now is brand new, it will get old. And new characters may make it that much easier to take on. And what does that mean for the characters that are coming in? Who's coming in that can make the STR that much more available or much easier to defeat? I don't know, but man, speculation can abound in that. Now, this one I love. Any plans for gear that we have thousands of piled up, sell back, trade up, something, right? Short answer is no. No, they're not giving us anything. Mod management. Any plans on getting something like that in the future? Short answer is we're working on it. Longer answer is it's going to be a huge update when we do, so that is going to take time. Cadence of legendary events. Everyone's tracking a later date for the BB-8 JTR based on previous ones and got a 2-day warning, and we're totally unprepared. Why does this have to be so random and so last minute? The response: we'll be better about it. Character release cadence. It was established at one point and then broken multiple times and not... Now it's just a non-existent thing. Because seriously, it's not. I haven't seen it. Hey, guys, and asked and answered, we're going to tell you what is coming. Sith Raid. Even with a nerf, JTR does over 2 times more damage than any other team on any phase, basically. So without your entire guild having JTR, it's just pointless. Which I disagree with. It's not just pointless. There's a number of teams out there that can do this without JTR. Number of great YouTubers have created videos around the different phases. You don't need her. She's useful. She's beneficial. I love her in a very platonic way. But definitely, definitely farmer. You don't have to panic farmer, though, right? Short answer is those are the teams out there. There are. Yeah, this one's awesome. With the changes that have occurred with online loot boxes, crates on Apple and others, is there ever going to be more transparency on odds of rewards when purchasing a box with a certain amount in it? Regarding the Apple policy regarding drop rates, we are aware of this policy and are working with Apple on what that means for our game. We do not have a specifics at this time.
Next question.
Is there a technical reason in why we can't do Bronzium multiples? Short answer, yes. When are Galactic War Store and Arena Store going to be up?
When the sun rises in the west and sets in the east.
Is the Daily Crystal Booster ever going to be brought back or replaced? If so, when, and if it will be replaced, with what? We have people we answer to. And they said no. I mean, whether you like it or not, CG is just the developer, right? And they have a higher company that answers them and a higher power that answers them. And they all answer to Disney. So, blame the House of Mouse. What's the philosophy on characters being harder to farm than others? We released them because right now, Shore Trooper, for example, is solid. Nihilus is solid. And no matter what you say, Baze is still solid. Baze and Chirrut is also always going to be a really good team. Maybe not for PvP, but there's other areas of the game where they are a solid combination. That said, the game changes. And as the game changes, they'll reevaluate. Why does it take 20 minutes of refreshing the screen in order to make the jump from 19 to 13 in Fleet or Character Arena? Response: we are working on a fix for this now. Good. Would you consider revising the raid reward table to be worth the amount of time we put into the raid? As noted above, yeah, we're working on it. What happened to Cozy Spoon? Oh, where in the world is Cozy Spoon? Cozy Spoon is still with us, but she recently moved away from Sacramento. We're still discussing with her what her long-term plan is. In the meantime, we have opened a community manager position in the link below. If you would like to apply it for a job and work with a bunch of nerds, here's the listing. Now, I won't hyperlink that, but if you want to, that's on the forums, guys. If you want to apply for a career, seems fun. Was the goal of the new Sith raid aimed only to appease ultra whale guilds? They're called Krakens. They like to be called Krakens, or Kraken-esque, or Kraken-leaning. The concept behind this is, it's a challenge. It's meant to be a challenge. It's not meant to be unfun. It's meant to be a puzzle to be solved. Will cross-platform branch out to Windows? No. Are more Jedi and Bounty Hunters planned? We're not telling you, but probably. And we have a map. We're going forward, and we're not going to leak it. I mean, give them some credit. After playing the game for 2.5 years, can I have a new daily challenge instead of this arena? We're working on it. When is ship hardware coming? Coming soon? 2 questions. Super important. Are you guys done with the Star Wars movies? What I mean by that is First Order, Resistance characters. Follow-up question by another character. Just putting this out there, with the Star Wars Rebels ending, we're still missing main recurring characters like Hondo. Are they coming? Same thing with like Paige Tico. Hondo. Who is a much better character? Let's face it. Short answer, give us time. Why was there an increase in the number of teams required for territory wars? Because we felt like it. Are you planning on having more people test with stuff when it comes out? We're always looking for more people to test. Here's a job opening. As a person who has literally invested thousands of real dollars into this game, I would like to know how many folks that are actually invested in this game with their own money, and I mean thousands, not just a few $100s. Do they play and devote the time and grind to fully understand the player frustrations?
A few minutes later.
So when will there be a cap increase? The response: thank you so much for supporting the game. In terms of keeping a balance between various players' spending and non-spending behaviors, this is extraordinarily difficult. A healthy, long-lived, free-to-play game needs all types of players. If we lean too far in one direct extreme or another, we risk alienating players on the other end of the spectrum. If the balance is lost, the game can spin out of control and crater. To the specific question about how many players of various spin levels exist in the game, that's confidential info and I can't give it to you, especially on a public forum, because that's just dangerous. Speaking personally, so this is the response of CVG, of the 5 people in the room right now pulling questions and answering them, 1 is an intentional free-to-play player, and the other 4 of us have spent thousands of dollars of our own personal money. Now, guys, that's a lot of cash. Think about that. So for those of you who spent a couple $100 or even like an occasional 10 or 20, they are going to be heard, but they're not going to be heard over the benefit of those who don't spend the money. They try to balance the game. And essentially what it comes down to is there's always going to be people that are unhappy. Can you add crystal payouts to Fleet Arena for all ranks instead of to the top 20? Short answer, no. Can we have a practice mode for PvP? Yes. The short answer is it's Galactic War. Why has Grievous not been reworked? Is he going to be getting one in the near future? Grievous hasn't been reworked because they haven't tackled the Separatists yet. Grievous needs to be reworked. So does Newt. So do the droids. There are a ton of droids that need to be added. There's a ton of Separatist characters that need to be added. Come on! I'm calling it now. I'm going to say the fall of 2018. Fall of 2018, somewhere between August and December, we will get a Separatist rework. It could be sooner. I don't think that it will be, but it could be. Why did you take down the game update status thread? Short answer, I don't have an answer. Why do I have such terrible RNG in this game? I know how to play it, 3.2 million GP, but I constantly have really bad luck when it comes to raids, the solo, the pit, so on and so forth. Help, EA. Response.
Sucks to be you. I'll go get your coffee.
Oh man, that sucks. Don't hate us. Hate math. Drop rates need to change. We get it. Now that wraps up a lot of the stuff that I thought. It was just, I think what's cool about this whole thing is it's being done in the first place. And what's interesting is you're getting the same 5 to 10 questions over and over and over again. It's not like there's hundreds of different problems in the game. There's a handful of problems in the game. And if anything, this tells me that they're doing an okay job. They do just need to communicate more effectively. They need to communicate better and just get stuff out there to the community. That being said, will they do this again? Hopefully. I'd love to, like I said before, I would love to see this done once a quarter, just to go over, like, hey, this is the state of the game. This is what's coming up. Or this is what we can do to respond to the questions that have arisen in the last 3 months. I would think that's brilliant. But, you know, right now, like I said earlier, Cozy Spoon, MIA for the time. If you want the job and you're good at community management, you've got good interpersonal skills, and you can not spill the beans about the new information, you can keep a secret, there's a job posting for you. So that being said, guys, what did you think about this? This video is specifically for people who really don't go to the forums. I know there's a lot of you out there. And if you have had these questions, I'll leave a link to this post. There are a lot of good responses. I don't know if they're still going to continue responding to them. I'm sure they will, but I don't know if they're going to be dedicating the same amount of time as they did before. So your questions may get answered if you add stuff, but I do think that it is important just to know that a lot of the same questions came up. So with that, what did you think about this impromptu Q&A from the devs at CG? Were your questions answered? Were you one of the lucky few that did get a question answered? If so, what was your question? Was it answered satisfactorily? Leave a comment in the section below. Like, subscribe, share. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, my friends, stay nerdy.